Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Mariam Nakuja, the ladies guide, emotional wellness guide. Every Friday talking about the things that money cannot buy, but which makes life worth living, your emotions. In today's session, I would like to expound on something which is very useful pertaining broken relationships. Pertaining your feelings when they are persisting, when you're in pain, when it is an on and off button. Okay, so we're going to look at how to stop feelings when you realize that a relationship has not worked out.
She's a lady, she's a cancer.
Yes, previously we expounded on toxic relationships. Toxic dating was the topic. If you missed, we talk about relationships which are nowhere to go, which have no particular direction, which have no intention, which the purpose is not very clear. So abataliwo wiki ewedde twabayigiriza nti waliwo relationships etubeeramu ate nga mwana tuzigenda ku mutima naye nga tezina gye ziraga kubanga abantu abo mubalabako katono, mubawulizaako katono ne babula. Remember, in the absence or in somebody's distance, it creates tension on you about the distance. So most of the time, the people we remember in our brains or in our emotions are those who are not visible. Okay? Abantu bamulabako akatono bafuuka ensonga. Ate bano abali mu maaso nemutaba wabudde. So we called them paper clippers. The ones who write short, previous messages to you, the ones who keep in checking how are you without any intention, the ones who throw messages of ambiguity just to keep you hanging on a useless relationship, I would call it. So then twagamba abakyala abasinga balemera ku bantu abo olw'ensonga nti mubalabako katono, mubawulizako katono, ate akaseera kakuwadde kawanika emotions zo n'olowooza nti kyolina ky'omisinga nti omuntu ono wansonga naye mwana tusinga omusemberera taba wansonga. So the intention of last week's video, if in case you missed, was to get you out of the emotional limbo where people get emotionally intertwined to relationships which are not leading anywhere, on text messages, on social media messages, when they mean nothing, especially when you're a woman. Remember, we've been talking about emotions and how they affect your feelings as a woman, and to remind you that being a feelings creature, being a female, means feelings. It is very easy for you to clip or to cling on a useless relationship. Cling on these relationships, they waste time, they give false hope, they disappoint at last, and you end up hanging on a relationship for quite long only to discover that it is not giving you what you want, which is a fulfilling and meaningful life. That's what we covered last week, and in case you missed our video, we request you you go to the description section below and look at what we call paper clippers, and that is the title we gave them. People who come in to check on you, put you on a clip, then keep you for future use just in case I want you, okay? Then they come back, you know? So it is an on and off button that keeps you engaged in a relationship for quite long. Era wemba wasubwa genda osome back paper clippers, okay? It is a very wide kind of, you know, topic. I can't even I can't give you all about paper clippers, but that is the small I would enlighten you about okubajukiza nti abantu bebasinga okwonona relationships n'okuba onoonera abantu abatuufu n'okubattira emikwano egyalibadde emituufu nga mubalemerako ninga tubalina gye babalaza. Okay, so twabatuuma paper clipper is a term endorsed and copyrighted. Paper clipping relationships. Okay, so that is what we covered last week. Era nabawa erinnya eryo okusinga obayita amanyanya n'obula particular erinnya ly'obwomuwa omuyita paper clipper. Ayite munyiiga musekenga busesi olaba kimessage senga atuweereza ogamba taba nono paper clipper. Learn to laugh at your troubles. Don't quarrel, don't, you know, tebikyayamba. Ensi gye tulimu kati yabategeevu. Okay, information tugibawadde mugikozese ebawe emotional fulfillment obutaba tabanguka mu bintu bitalina makulu, okay? Mugende mukole ebirala. That's the intention of this channel, Ladies Guide, to give you emotional wellness. Mugende mukole, okay? So that the mind is free of ambiguity, confusion, and all those meaningless relationships that make you hanging for nothing, okay? So that's what we covered last week. Paper clipping, relationships, and it's part of them who even cause heartbreaks. Yeah, because when I posted this on TikTok, everybody came out and it's like people thought it was only a few people. There were many in paper clipping relationships. It is one of the rampant kind of habit where people are clipping others to uselessness and keeping them waiting longer with no intention of effort or no intention of taking the relationship to the next level or advancing it, okay? So wetwaji baterayo buli omu yalabe reaction ye era buli omu yategedde nti bulijjo ndina paper clipper osobola kimalamu n'emyaka 10, okay? They come and go naye nga bakuza, have you been in a relationship with this person? Ogamba yes. Emirundi emeka eya 4. They don't know whether you're sick, they don't know where you stay, I mean, you know, it is totally and purely casual. Kibera casual, okay? So chitwayogeddeko wiki ewedde, and I'm so happy for the reactions I got. I thought it was a few people until when I posted and I saw everyone is in the same dish. So that is what we covered about last week. Let's expound on that today. Now I know you have feelings for paper clippers. Baba yingira emisaayi ne baba yingira obwongo, baba clippinze wano n'agaana ovaawo, okay? There are those people in life who come into your life and they are very hard to let go. It's a relationship where you've invested a lot of your money, time, children, emotions, social capital, you know, but most importantly, time. When a relationship takes longer in existence, it builds momentum and it is very difficult to break. Even when someone moves on, they are still stuck. Olwaleero mbadde njogera ne client ansanyusizza. She was one of my clients namukolako. Angambe Mariam. I met a colleague of mine ng'ayogera ebintu ebyayitanga bya myaka gyadda akyanyumya ku guy nga guy yagenda kaŋŋambe 7 years ago ono akyamwogerako mu kamwa. Oli yagenda dda maaso n'alina ne family. Era mugambye ekigambo ekyo. Such people don't want to pay for counseling. She will talk about that guy for the next 30 years actually. Aso kimanyi emyaka aga ng'ayogera kusajja omuyo oyo. Because mind tennamuvaamu ali tannawona. Oli gwaliko yagenda dda. She's wasting her soul, she's wasting her mind, she's wasting her emotions, she's wasting her energy, she's wasting her emotional being. We're talking about a relationship which ended 7 years ago. So, but ladies, guys, students, sibasuubira tina mwembwembwe omufaanana. Tubayigiriza ebintu bingi wano. Byonna intentions is tubawonya. To move on. Okay? So if a relationship has not worked, if a paper clip has been clipping you for the last 7-8 years, and you realize today that this has been a paper clipping relationship, that is the day you make a decision. That is the day. Okay? So today's session is going to help you to give you the strength, because we are going to give you the 4 ways to build strength to let go of a happy feeling when you know it's wrong. Because most of these paper clippers, most of these relationships where you break up from someone and then they are sticking in your head and you know they're not the right ones, but they are sticking here, it is the most difficult thing to let go. I know. It takes some bit of toil. So buli atayagala genda mu therapy ne mulemera ku bantu mu bwongo bali baba baleka dda, you are being stuck in something which doesn't work and you're in your own movie. Oli aba yakuvaako dda. The best thing to do for yourself is to find a way how to get out of this emotional limbo. Obaga gwe baziika naye emyaka nga gitambula. N'olaba ng'omukyala divorce yaliwo emyaka 15 emabega kyaga ku musajja oyo. Oli yazaala n'abaana n'agenda mu maaso ono akyamanya oli okumusangula wano asobovaawo naye wano ebifaananyi ebyo n'obijja wano bannange waliwo omulimu. That's where we are. That's where we tell you to consult psychologists. Fe abasobola ffe okusimula ebirowoozo omu bwongo. Omuntu asobola okufa n'akubeera wano emyaka 15 nga totavangawo. ng'otambula naye webaka naye olya naye buli kaseera n'afuuka lulimba ku mwago era abakumanyi bajja gamba munewe buli kaseera aba ayogera ku gundi buli ddakiika buli gwalabako ayaga munyumiza muntu oyo buli gwofuna omupya nga mugamu nayinako omwami munene tutala abaana bapapa nga gwokyali mu bikadde bannanga okumuvinga obulamu to the new, to the now, to the present. That is the secret. That is the secret of healing. Era buli atanaba kikola ng'okyanyumya ku muntu eyagenda okyali mabega. So this is your show. So then, you know he's a jerk. You know she's a jerk. You know she's not good for you. She lied. She duped. He duped. He does not even want you. Now watch, take it there. All the red flags are like this. People have told you. Family has warned you. Friends have told you. Now oyina byolabye kono gamba omuntu onanimba. Naye mula na watu abantu ne balaba nti babalimba. N'amaaso n'akyabwa ati yasigaloza kirikyuka. Now this is a secret I need you to understand. If somebody does not love you, if somebody ever mentions nti bakwagala, if somebody ever shows signs of disinterest in you, there is no amount of work you can do to change that feeling. Never. Never omwenyonyi. Never omwenyonyi. Never omugulira akazinga. It will never be. That is the disappointing part. And understanding that that is the disappointing part of love. When you realize that a relationship is a dupe, you were lied, you were faked. No chitegera about mbongo to back faking. That is the part where you need to react. Ogambe kati netaga kuona. I need to heal my heart. And these are the 4 ways. They don't baby deko. These are the 4 ways. And there is no other way. There is no rush. There is no quick fix. That's why buli muntu ajje wange nga papa njagala nkwagala mu 1 hour mbagamba tonteeka mu kintu kya 1 hour kyozimbye emyaka 15. Tonteeka mu 1 hour nga obufumbo wa myaka 7. Don't put me in 1 hour session when you've been married for 30 years. It will not help you. It is a long story. To okuba ebiraka by'emyaka 3 mu dakiika mu ssaawa emu bweti bannange babalimba. That's why psychologists know it that the only way to heal is to have longer duration with the psychiatrist. Longer. Kubanga agenda akujjako kimu ku kimu. Kimu ku kimu. Ne waba oli mulwadde ng'owunya ssenyiga basooka kujjako kifuba. N'eddagala bakuwa liwonyako kimu paka woohealing eddala. But do not come rushing into a session and you want quick fixes. Ezo quick fixes teziriwo. And you never be able to akulimba. These emotional things is a step-by-step program. Ne bakujjako kimu, ne bakujjako ekirala, ne bakujja paka wogamba kati mponye. Ate okuwona gwajja okuwulya. Ate mu bbanga omukyalo yansanyusiza ngambye olwaleero. Nga mukozeeko emyaka 2 emabega awonye leero. N'angamba kati ntegedde. Ne mugamba thank you. I can't explain you the other time. That's what kimanyi. Nti bintu birimu obudde. When a relationship ends in 5 years, it can take you half of that time to heal. Okay? If it takes 10 years, it takes half of that time to heal. Now, if it takes 30 years, now divide by half. That's when you come to soberness. So then there are no quick fixes, and that's where we have to start from. So how do you act at the end of the relationship? Mweyisa mutya? Weyisa otya? Weyisa bwoti? You cry and regret? You think and think and think and think and can't stop think about that lover. Abira kubongo, that's why we don't all the time. You send text messages to remind them of your existence. You try talking to his friends or her friends. Obayita nabaka jje twogeremu. Buli omwogerako bw'oti owulira bulungi anti nga bitabuse. You try to give them second chance, third chance. As to abango what second, third, fourth. Ngo omuntu adamu ekintu ekimu kyakola. Think twice. So all those above actions are emotional. Because that's what everybody can do and should do when they're in love, and it's okay. Okay? However, we noted that since emotions don't solve problems, it is logical okozesa bwongo tukozesa mutima ng'omaliriza ebintu bino kitegeeza olina okuba very careful mu time eyo ng'otegedde nti ekintu bakulimba n'otakozesa mutima. Omuntu osobola omukwata ng'akoze ekintu oba osobola omusanga mu mess oba n'akulimba ekintu n'omusonyiwa ogusooka. Ogwokubiri n'agamba nsonyiwa mbadde saategedde nti kinaakulumya. Ogwokusatu n'addamu ekintu ekimu n'ogamba anti nayogedde sitegedde esseegendereza n'oddamu olaba ng'osonyiwa omuntu emirundi mingi naye ng'ekyo kyekimu kyakola gwali tekikyamu. You have a problem. Okay? You, not them. Because the marks, the signs have played, replayed and replayed just to show you this person, but you're not listening. Okay? You're not listening. So then, you've taken back people into your life, your exes, the paper clippers. Tolaba nti mbibagambye wano era paper clipper agenda komawo akudde mbuto. Hey Jen, muddemu nga kino wakiwulidde kino kyenjogedde otandika n'okumpakanya wabona abampakanya ssebo ebyo byeyogera tebikola n'omulinda. Ekiwundu kya love and relationships nti gwawakana paka nkigudde mu nyumba yo, kubanga ffe tuli kubikwate ate twabi research nga dda tolina kyogenda kukyusa. Gwe tokola ku research kateeka abakola research bakubuulire. Omuntu omukulu waba ayogera owuliriza, oli wagamba munnange nze wano wentuusa ebintu biri bwe biti aba alina ensonga lwaki ayogera. So from experience, research, observation, bye bino tukimanyi nti mugenda ode wa paper clip akudde mbuto kijja kutwalira omwaka gumu oba ebiri ogambe naye omukyala yaŋŋambako paper clip eno nga ndaba kyendimu kino osirike todiŋŋamba naye ate olina okukyegedde. However, video eno nabagamba mujja zisangayo ku YouTube kwezi forever to always remind you what we told you and which didn't make meaning by that particular time. Wetubibagambye akati biba na mugaso, but after some time experience will teach you the better way. Okay? So my work is to guide you but not to guarantee you anything. So then you'll take back the paper clippers, you'll take back your exes, you'll be lied to. Nze kinsanyusa nnyo omuntu omugamba ekintu nenkikugamba n'akiwulira bw'ati n'akitegeera n'addayo nenkulinda n'okumawo n'ebigambo bye bimu. By the way, mpa omuntu chances nga mpuliriza ebibuuzo ebyo n'addamu wendaba ng'okiddamu n'okiddamu nga ondetera ebibuuzo ebyo I cut you off. Why? Because you're draining my emotional state with useless conversations which will never change. Ekintu kikunyumira kifu oganya okiganyamu kisigalemu. Don't put me in that. Tonyumiza bibuuzo byo. Kati abangi kumwe mikwano gyammwe ab'eŋŋanda zammwe babateeka mu bibuuzo ebyo ebitaggwa. Munnange luli n'atadda ate luli era teyadda ate ne luli ate it is the same thing and we are in the same conversation. And we're wasting airtime in the head. You're wasting your mental space. So olaba omuntu ng'aganidde mu kilubu nga kyemuddamu kyemwogerako aganya okusteppinga forward okwebulya amazima nti kino ekintu tekikola takuzanga mu mboozi ezo mugambe nedda manyi tonyumiza kintu ekyo nze ate ndi directing nga banedda ekito kiŋŋamba kisigalemu. Pay the price because you're enjoying the price. Okay? So temukkiriza biboozi. Let me tell you something about conversations of love. Nga muli mabaala, muli mu restaurant, muli mu coffee shop, oli nakutuza mu conversation kya love. Ng'agikunyumiza aba agenda ku mwoyo gwo kwennyini si ku mutwe. Wano waba akutadde. Kati waba akutadde wano aba akutadde mu spiritual program. Obanga agenze wa spiritualist. Aba akufudde spiritualist eddakiika eyo. That's why muvaayo nga mufunye hangover. Hangover si mwenge. Kusula nga mukozesa emitwe gyammwe n'okwogera ennyo. Oli n'akwogeza emboozi empanvu eya laavu muli ku mutima kuno n'akwata omwoyo gwe n'alyoka agusikamu bw'ati. Okakasa. Buli wakola bw'oti ng'oyingidde mwoyo si wano muli mwoyo kati. Agenda okugamba bye ng'enkeera oli ku hangover omutwe guluma. Bannange nalumwanga omutwe nga sikimanyi kintu ekyo. Time tuko ngamba nimbadde ki. Buli omuntu azja mu kiboozi kya laavu ng'omutwe gunnumirawo. Ng'omutwe gunnuma olw'ensonga nti my speech was being used until when I learned to shut up. And that's when I started billing. Nga buli omu ajja nnyumiza laavu ye buli omu laavu. Mbuulira munnange olwamaze. They were draining my energy. a lot of it spiritually. Ejja kike nga nfula spiritualist obanga afuso which doctor bakozesa mwoyo gwo agenda okugamba bye nga kutudde enkeera ngo ina kumira panado panado. I was like, hey, what the hell is this? So every time you're in conversations of love, sweetheart, olina okutuuza mu restaurant mugambe build them mugambe kale tunyumyamu naye womaliriza baako kyosasula kubanga wemba wano ngenda mira panado nina okweba Kenya tejja sijja kukola ogenda zuka enkango omutwe gukuluma anti bafede mu mbozi ya love. Love is a spiritual program. Love is spiritual. Love is a spiritual talk. It's not a head talk. Toyogeza mutwe oyogeza mwoyo. That's why bakumenya omutima okoowa amaanyi ne gakugwamu si bwongo mutima. Okay, so if you're taking back a relationship, if you're taking back anybody into your life because you cannot move forward or feelings zoyina gy'alina nze kale nkitegedde bangamba ali bwati ne bwati nange ndabyeko naye mpulira asitogamba mpulira ekintu mpulira nze mwagala oba muki yoyo asitokkiriza ekigambo ekyo, it is okay, go ahead and pay the price. But if you feel you don't want to pay the price and you want to get out of it to heal, now this is your show. Okiviremu ddala ogambe kati kambawe steps nti next time nowoba oyagala muntu ng'akomyeyo ye lwaki mbi bagamba bano bahawu baki eno tugifuule ngenda giclosing ndeka kufa for members only kubanga bana ba paperclipper babadde bangi paperclippers. I was like, wow, many people are being paperclipped and they are hanging on useless relationships and they need to move out of them and they are here. Omuntu amusula wano naye ng'oli alina kulibye nali nakulumya muto for nothing. Oh gosh. Okay, so then if you feel it's not easy to stop feelings for a useless relationship which is not taking you anywhere and it's eating up your mind, spirit and soul, then let's give you the 4 ways. Kambawe engeri nnya zokka. Engeri nnya zigenda kuyamba okuleka omuntu gwe weesibyeko kale kakyogere bwenti ng'agaanidde ku bwongo kuno. You see, why do people stick on our minds? Why do they stick in the heart? Ng'ate olabye n'ebyakoze ebibi. Because love is what? Spiritual. You can fall in love with the thug. You can fall in love with the con. You can fall in love with the night dancer. You can fall in love with anybody of a funny character. Because kiri kiba kisiimye kiraavu naye nga nekiri bwekiri empisa embi ozirabye naye nga waliwo kino. Getting out of that is an art. And when you learn the art of stopping an emotion called love where it exists, you've started living. Kitegeeza waliwo abantu bogenda okulaba bakube bakusabule owulye ng'omutima akusuza teweebase naye ogambe naye nedda omuntu ono olinye ku ngatto bwoti ogambe sirina gyendaga naye. Kigenda kuwa opportunity ekulekawo ebirungi nga tebirina mulamwa. Bannange njagala bajjukiza ebintu ebirina omulamwa tebiba binyirivu nnyo. Ebintu ebitashayininga bye bituufu. Abo abasajja abanyirira mwemubagezaako mujja kulaba. Ogenda omubuli Abaganda bagamba nti emwanji weesiga teba mulamwa. Ogenda ogibikwawo ti nga mulamwa temuli. Naye nga kungulu kiringa ekiraga hope. Ninga munda nothing. Why? Because nature tebikola bwekyo. Nature teteeka kintu kya muwendo n'ekiteeka kungulu tebakikola. Ebintu ebirungi tebibeera kungulu. Basooka bibikula bwe bati. Obulungi bwayo buli mu kubikula. It is like an adventure of sorts. Nga bw'ona agenda ku picnic n'ogenda mu kifo ogenda okwesula nga n'ogamba the part is where the mystery is. So when you don't have that then it is not mulamwa. Temuli mulamwa. Okay? So kitegeeza nti learn in life not to judge things by their appearance. Period. We start from there. Don't judge with appearance. Judge by the way those things make you feel when they've left you. Awali answer awo. Omuntu ono wava mu maaso go owulira otya? That absentia, we wali answer awo. That absentia after a phone call, we wali answer. You wali answer. Because that is where the true value of everything comes from. I am going to remind you again. Let me remind you again. Things of value in life are not visible. You feel, you don't see. Because if everybody is seeing them, they would misuse them. That's the secret of life. That's why everything of value is hidden away from the human eye. Takati mjudging bintu na appearance. Judge by the way things leave impact on you. That impact yakuyisa atya nga muli mbufumbo. We wayingira mbufumbo ofuuse ki? Are you becoming a better version of yourself? Are you becoming the worst version of yourself? Or are you not growing? We have been in relationships which have left a mark on our lives. Without meeting that person, I could not be what I am. They made me better. They gave me the talent. They woke up who I am. They reminded me of who I am. Those are the people you need. Not the person who reduces your value. Not the person who found you with this and they leave you this. Try to take stock of your life. Gezaako okutandika okwebalabalamu webalebalamu ogambe newe najja mu kintu kino kiki naye. Bwe muta taking a stock y'obulamu bwo, check where you were and where you are, otandika okulaba enjawulo. The difference is the answer. So don't judge things by their appearance. Judge by the impact. That's where the value is. Ekigambo value yenjawulo. So then, number 1, four ways to get the strength to close a good relationship you love when it has no value. Ngombi kudde omwanyi notasanga mulamwa. Gali omanyi nti omuvubuka munyirivu, muwanvu, eddoboozi liri deep. Ngolooza alina omulamwa. Ogenda okugira bwoti endiba otangiye kusala. Naye ate you know, things which are nice looking are very hard to leave. Chigenda wano, you know. It is very difficult to let them go. Naye nga ate gwe biba byongera kukendeeza. Kati at last ogenda okulanga ekintu kino ne bw'okitwala tekirina muwendo. Ne bw'okirekawo tekirina muwendo. Okakana omaliza nga kyonoonye budde bwo. So number 1, let's go the easy way. Can't the easy way. The easy way is you feel deep down inside your soul nti bakulimba. Wowuliza watu n'otulako wekogamba naye mpulira nembiddwa omuntu notandiiko. Awo. Akantu nekajja. You get that omutima gukulamu bwe guti. That palpitation of the heart. You feel you took a bad decision. You were warned by family and friends and you went ahead and married this person. Okay? Kati okitegedde nti amazima gali nti weerimba. That is the easy way kati ngezako balaga. Because that's the beginning part of taking a decision to act on a relationship which is valueless. With the value I mean, kinyirira kirabika ebweru ng'ekyamakulu temuli mulamwa. Kwegamba kyeru bwe kiti naye ogero kibifuwe emmere enyirira naye ng'ogirya. The muyembe is very nice looking, but you can't eat their own maggots. That is what they call value. Value is judged by the impact it leaves on you, not by what you see. So, in the easy way, friends and families will warn you. Olabanga ab'enganda, ab'emikwano, nga boogera ku muntu ekigambo kimu, believe them. Olabanga mu nsi gwe awakanira omuntu wekka. If you sit in this, I repeat, when you ever see nti gwasigadde okwanikanira omuntu, manya olike kikyamu. Ng'abalala tebalaba. You see, there is a law called collective consciousness. Collective consciousness says when many people are saying the same thing at the same time, nga banjawulo bwe mwayogera nti neegundi oyo neegundi oyo, believe them nti ne nature ekituukiriza, kubanga each of us has energy we expel through word, through thinking, even thinking about you nga buli omwaka olowooza ekyo, it happens. It's called collective consciousness. Kakati bagamba family negamba munayo omuntu oyo nga gwotwala ffe tuwulira bannange kikyotuleetedde, emikono ne gigamba naye gwe kikyoliko tolaba, buli omu n'osiganga gwagamba nedda mumpala nze munjaga bannemesa omuntu wange. My friend, collective consciousness is always right. They will not tell you, they will leave you, but after 10 years down the road you remember what they told you. It will replay. Ogambe kale bangambanga. So the easy way is, the instincts will tell you, the friends will tell you, but you'll ignore because you are in feelings. Yengeri esooka. Number two. The hard way. Kati ngenda bawa engeri enzibu ennyo. Engeri enzibu omaze okubiraba babigambye. Naawe olina byolabyeko, omukwatiddemu offenses, akulimbye, ebisinga bitandise okweraga, tebitwala bbanga ddene. 1 year omuntu oba omaze omutegeera, 2 years, 3 years kyeyanika bwe kiti, 4 years gwasalawo oba osigala oba ogenda, 5 years oba okoyedde ddala, 6 years gwamanyi kikuterayo, by the 10th year asootuka myaka 10 awo oba okkiriza and you endorse. That's why many relationships fail in the first 5 years. Tezisobola sukkawo emyaka 5 buli omu empisa oba ogitegedde, empisa enfu, empisa entuufu oba omaze otegera omuntu wo. 5 years is enough. Beyond 5 years awo kuba damage control. So you can't hide beyond 5 years who you are and your personality, because even 3 years is enough. 3 years in psychology is enough for someone to know who you are. You will not hide your personality beyond 3 years. We shall know who you are. Okay? So then, let's go the hard way. Reaction control. So when you've known all this, remember there's a video I did on the 7 minutes of inspiration. I told you don't react, do what? Respond. It's not time for reaction. It will take some work on your side to teach yourself to respond to such an event than reaction. Many of you react. Why? Wechanga papa naduka nejalaga tamanyi nomugambo lagawa tamanyi nayo. Just like anything in life which needs response, you need to plan a breakup, you need to plan a separation, you need to plan an end, you need to plan a move on. Everything in life is serious business. Tokera kwanyo gamba lava wonjakera bukeze ekyo mbanchi gadde okigalawo olagawa. There are some ties, there are some things you have to sign out of. So then you can't control that sweet lying feeling nti gocha mwagala, but you can control how you're going to respond to that event of the lie. Nga bwona gamba mpulira mwagala naye ate nina kyenalabye mwagane naye ate kalika naye ate tekakwa response. That is the only power you have. That's the only power you have to respond. So do not react the hard way. That's the hardest. Respond. So the emotions will run in your mind and you need to stay in control. You know he's not interested, you know she's not interested. Yakulimba bino bitegedde naye tosoka papa. The good thing with the relationships is you have the ability to control yourself and give yourself time. Nothing is in the rush. Don't rush anything. It took time to build the momentum to fall in love. It will take time to build the momentum to fall out of love. There is no exception to that. So you can choose to stop yourself at this moment now. Otegedde kiri ekyaka feeling tekigenda vaawo kajja sigala nga weekali ka feeling weekali kajja sigalawo naye ate olina okwejjukiza nti omuntu ono baŋŋamba nalaba si mutuufu. That is where the balance is, and that's the hard way. Now let's go the hardest way. Eri nzibu naye ate kati nzibu ddala. So the feelings stay and they will hurt. At that particular moment, you try to control your pain. Obulimi nga weebuli naye ng'olina okwerinnyako, olina okwebulirira. Remember, you're not responding, you're not reacting, you're responding. Kakati tugenda mu kwebulirira. N'ogamba kakati munnange ninamu abaana bana. Ndagawa. Ninamu sente zange. Nzirukawa. Ninamu, as in weebulirira n'ogamba this is not time for us to react. It is the time for me to give myself time to sort my broken heart and to make meaning to all this. You see, there is a beauty of ending a relationship and you say yes. Nali mutuufu. Kirungi nnyo n'omala relationship nga okakasiza ddala baakulimba. Banne ekirungi ekintu ekyo. Nti toyina na second thought of reacting next time ng'ogamba maybe oba nze yali omukambwe. Temulimu na kwekubagiza. Oli mutuufu ddala kituufu. Banne ekyo kirungi. So then, you need to give yourself time. You need to give time. The hardest way. You need to let time be your guide. Don't rush about anything. There is no amount of rush you can make. Enyanya ozisubudde zikusaze. Olina kukkiriza tulamu. Ogaye kati kantu obudde nterere. Because your emotional self is more important than the loss itself. Otherwise, you lose even the small thing that is left. We've met people who have lost relationships and they lose lives. Woli nafiira relationship nakola ekintu ekyobusuulu naye yennyini nafiiramu n'atakiwabudde. So there is no bit of rushing. There is no need of you worrying. And anxiety, the hardest way is give time. Give time when you're at that point. And always remember the fact that men fall in love in the presence of a woman. Women fall in love in the absence of a man. Ekyo kirina kubeeranga wano. Kubanga omusajja agwa mu mukwano n'omukazi ng'amulabyeko. I mean nga tamulaba. Ate gwe ogwa mu mukwano n'omusajja nga kuli maaso. Kakati gwe absence y'okosanga. The more absent he is from your face, the more absent he is in your eyeballs, the more you're going to forget that man. Never mwagala otya. That's why we say give time. The more he's not visible, the more you're going to forget him. Okay? And for the men, the more you see her, the more you're going to get tired of her. That's how it works. Era bw'oba yagakya omuntu mulabe erabe nnyo ng'oli musajja ajja kutama. That is our difference. So if you're lady and you want to let it go, don't see him. If you're man and you want to let her go, see her openly. Ajja kutama. That is the idol of love. Okay? So you use those dimensions. N'ogamba njagala ntami mulabe. Ajja kutama. Omuddemu n'enkya ajja kutama. Naye buli w'okola absentia obuildinga that energy ng'owulya ofa oyagala mulaba. That is what the males have. That's what happens to the male. Then for the female, if you want a man to fall in love with you, muteke maaso go. Gogenda mwagala. Ujoko momulaba every time. You build the energy. Eyeballs nzimulaba. Ayingira ku mmeme n'agenda ku buli kyayo kagenda ku mutima kwennyini. So absentia is the only way you can let go of any male. So let's treat your heart at this particular moment. In this same season of the hardest way, you need to treat your heart like the way you treat a wound. When a wound happens on your body, you give the wound time, you plaster it, togibikula ogireka neewona mu ngeri yaayo. N'omutima we baagukola Katonda guwonera mu budde bwagwo, tebagupakusa. Okay? So you need to give the heart some bit of time to fix itself, because the heartbreak is like a physical wound that needs a lot of time for it to heal. So Finally, let's look at the most important way. Remember, we've looked at the easy way, the hard way, the hardest way. Now the most important way. This is the most important. If you miss this, you'll go back to that same jack, gigolo, user, liar, cheater, player. That's why many of you leave relationships mudaye mabega because temukoze step eno yeyo mabasinga because yetagamu action atenga omuntu ayagala kwakitinga dakiika eyo. So the most important way is to get distracted. Distract yourself. Bw'otegeranga nti relationship omuntu akumenya omutima naye ate ng'obadde omwagala nnyo eddakiika eyo weetagira action tolina kutuula n'okaaba. Get out of the house, be active, run, yoga, join a class, take a course, take a second job, be busy, distract your mind, invest in self-improvement classes. Buli kyakulema kikole, genda osome bakery, genda osome gardening, read self-help books. There is no client of mine ayita mu relationship problems buli ajja balabanga bizibu nembaganda genda osome katabaako mbaforcinga nga nkimanyi. If they don't distract their mind, it is very easy for you to remember the other person you've dumped. So get busy, distract yourself, have filler dates, go out with friends, visit family members. Oli waba walwawo mulaba kojja ngo mugamba halo kojja jebaleko sebo nti kale mbadde njagala weekend eyo tukukyalireko. Tomugamba nti bamenye omutima genda okyaliye ku bantu abakubuledde. This is the time for you to use this time for creating the better you. The beauty with the heartbreak, it leaves you better. Because when you're doing this self-improvement, omaliriza abamu mujja nafuuka bakansala. Ate lwaki nafuuka ladies guide. Byembagamba najijjawo. Omulowooza nakera kwata n'ensoma bitabo. It was experience. So it gives you time for you to improve yourself. Every time you go for personal development, you're adding on your papers. When you go back to school, you get a diploma, a degree, instead of being in love. Love is a job. Love is a job, hello. So oli wabanga love avudde otaliiwo. Kozesa obudde bwa love ataliiwo. Obukolemu ekyamakulu. So that at the end of the whole heartbreak, you said, these are the papers I got out of my heartbreak. Let's have a lover out of love. Abantu balekera okubanga bamala outbreak nga mujogerako bibi byokka. Omuntu oyo yampisa bubi. Kaliyansi ya businesses zange. There's something good. It is you who never used the heartbreak. One writer said, learn to use all your challenges. With every problem comes a seed of equivalent benefit. Buli kizibu kyofuna waliwo ekibijjo ekikirimu kinoonye. Kakati leka divorce eveewo nga oyize. Leka divorce ogimanye naye nga bakusomeseddwa. Leka separation ebeerewo naye oveemu ng'okoze weight loss. Leka separation ebeerewo ogiveemu nga skin enyirira. Gendako mu wellness centers bakoleko. Yiga okusiga ku njala. Do all the things that you had failed to do when the relationship you were in that relationship. Because it was a busy time. Genda oyige bakola cake. We bafumba pizza. Hello. Let's learn to treat life in a positive way. Oleme kugamba nti bakukyawa ekyo kakijjukira. Go learn swimming. Visit places you've never been to. Learn lessons you've never, There are those things wagamba njagala biko nenga relationship ebulemesezza wafuka omulimu. Ngogamba kati kanzeeyo ngende nsome obwa lawyer. Nalina kubeera lawyer. Ddayo osome. Because you have all the time in the world. But people treat love like a job. Life is not a job. Love is a resting area for those who are tired. Akowa, awumulirayo. Okay? Kakato umula. It is the transition into a better you. That is the end. The better way. The improvement you become after is a separation. So, that well said, let's summarize the 4 ways. Number 1, recognize that you are an emotional being. Okay? And by default, you have to act emotional. Okwagala omuntu tegwali musango. Yewawaayo tegwali musango. Bebakujjako tegwali musango. Eyabitwala tegwali musango. Love yeeyo. Temuli gikyusa. Love is give and give is love. Kati babitwala. obuddewo bwagenda, mwagenderamu ssente, mwajjiramu abaana, byonna byabaawo naye, but the fact is recognize that it's okay. Number 2, now that you know that emotions lie, don't act using emotions next time. Use omutima we gukupanulira ng'omuntu omwagala gwa sooka olindeko kati now you become like a snail. Move in and move out. Be very careful of the steps you take. Number 3, acknowledge the feeling that pain will always be there. Obanga atereera n'oddamu n'olwala. It is okay because pain is part of the process. And you can never stop it. Okay? So also recognize that emotions need stability. You need some time to stabilize. Don't rush healing. Top up, and don't. The way you began love, the time you used, and the duration the relationship has stayed determines your healing journey. Okay? So if it is a longer relationship, it will take you equally the same time to heal. Okay? Most of the time, half of it. So mukizenti emotions ezanguwa. Okay? And it is part of the pain you'll go through. Number 5, recognize that your heart is like a physical wound. It needs time, I told you. Don't tamper with it, leave it to heal by itself. Just take water, okay? Then number 6, remember and always remember, on your healing journey, try to distract yourself. Occupy your mind by activities that are going to stop you from being worried all the time, okay? Whenever you want to make a phone call, join a class. Every time it comes into your head, go and make a meal. Every time they are trying to come into your brain, take a walk. But never ever make a call, never ever SMS when you've moved out of a relationship. Unless when you want to go back. Then just get busy. Occupy your thoughts with activities. When you feel like going back, don't forget why you left in the first place. Because what I've realized that abantu abasinga bemuwona mwerabira obulumi bwe babayisaamu. Ayo ddayo. Buli obulumi bwerabira n'addamu olugendo buto. Always write down a gazette why you left a relationship. That's why in my therapies I recommend all my clients to always have a book. Wandika ensonga zo zibeerawo. Buli wayagala okuddayo bikkule ogambe naye ate kino. Don't make that mistake. So have dignity lastly and self-respect, where when someone treats you shabbily, they don't deserve your time. Always remember that. Omuntu waba takuwagala. Okay? So wewe ekitiibwa nga gwe ogambe kino kijja kukola. Wewe ekitiibwa. Otherwise ojja kwesiba mu kintu bakuyise bubi. Okay? So this session is not to give you a go-ahead to break up, but you always remind that it's very important to take care of your health, your emotional health, your mental health when a relationship is not healthy. Allow it to go. Okay? Because no matter how much you fight for it, stay in it, it's going to cause more damage than when that person had left you. Okay? So most importantly, repeat the same process in the future when a relationship is not working out. N'anaddako munne aliddawo ddamu buto. Nga bwe mbikugambye obwotyo. And the beauty with the heartbreak is that even if someone else comes in, tagenda kwenkana ate oli yasooka wano oba wamanyinga oba otandise oguma. Okay? Thank you so much, and just remind you to become a ladies guide member. You're missing out all this. Okay? By going to the description section, there's a link. If you can't follow the link, come to the WhatsApp group and become a member of the ladies guide. This is what we give you. Okay? Information that grows you, improves you, but leaves you a better person. Okay? Something which is rare to find elsewhere. I touch those things that touch your heart, as if okay? So see you again next week, and reminding you, always let go of what doesn't work.
She's a lady.